Okay, we're going to have our headliner on next. I said to him before he came on, I said, is there anything special you want to say about you? And he's like, no. So I was like, we'll just go with the truth then. He's great in bed. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the wonderful headliner, Jack
Oh, this is great. Give up Kate Link on this show. This is great. What amazing. This is a great room. This looks like the sort of place where Emmerdale would have a wedding. And then probably a funeral. And then another wedding, because you really get your money's worth, don't you? What a great audience. Actually, what a good looking crowd this is. Can you give yourself a round of applause? What a good looking crowd this is. For York, let's be honest. It's not like we're in Miami or Wakefield where all the Anyone here from Wakefield? You check your purse when you leave. Just check your purse when you leave. But no, it's lovely to be here. I need to get this out of the way. You might notice I'm quite jittery and juddery on stage. I actually have a medically diagnosed tremor, which means two things. One, I really struggle to eat soup. Two, I have the handwriting of a sex offender. But thankfully, being a white stand-up comedian, I am a sex offender, so this all worked out. Absolutely fine. Hello there, everyone in the front row. How you doing? Well, very brave being sat in the front row, aren't you? Because you know what happens at comedy gigs at a front row? You don't? Well, don't worry. I'm quite a friendly comedian, quite nice, don't worry. But you do get some acts come on and do this. You go to the mace! Call the response, so this is going to be a fucking long time. Oh, shit, I picked on the deaf bloke. Fucking beer on the floor. Hey, mate, what's your name? What's your mate? John, J-Dog, I love you, think you're boss. Sean, I love you, think you're class. J-Dog, what is it you? What is it you do, John? You're retired, so you sit around doing nothing, watching Homes Under the Hammer. I fucking hate you, John! No, your class, don't tell anyone you grass. J-Dog, so you got two legs there, you got two legs, haven't you? You got two legs there, J-Dog. Is that for following kids? Are you a pedo, John? That's just... Now, some acts would come on and do that right from the get-go, and I wouldn't do such a thing. Because I think that's brilliant, I think that's horrible, I would never do such a thing. But what that is crowd work, and as you can tell, I'm not very good at it. What crowd work is supposed to do is I'm supposed to come on and build a bit of a bond, a bit of a rapport with the audience. So me and John are best friends, we're going to go kayaking after this, as you can tell. But if you don't mind, I'm just going to speak to you. I've just got some nice light questions so we can build the bond. You two are a couple? You two a couple? Yeah, but you need to act like we can make. Not from a chunk. So you are a couple, yes? Couple of legends. That's fucking easy. And what's your name, sir? Jordan, nice to meet you, Jordan. My name's Jack, just a night-like question. Jordan, which one of your ex-partners do you miss the most? It's just... Do you know the way out of this, Jordan? If you say the dead one, then I look like a relic. And your name, madam? Shelby, lovely to meet you, Shelby. Shelby, just a nice light question. What's your least favourite race? If you don't say egg and spoon, this also means... Although look at this is the whitest crowd I've ever seen in my life. I play tennis and this is a fucking white crowd. So I'm on the road a lot doing this. I'm on the road a lot, and when I'm on the road I miss my pets a lot. Does anybody have pets?
No.
Do you love your pets?
No.
You don't that much? What are you doing here? Left them alone. No, I love my pets. I've got 2 dogs. One of them's great, and the other one's the worst German Shepherd since Hitler. We can laugh at Hitler, guys. It's fine. Can you imagine the men's mental health podcast that bastard would have now? Hello, welcome to the Highly Performance Podcast. Brought to you by Manscaped. I use it every week to trim my moustache and my ball. But yeah, it's very. The pet owners, you might understand this. Everyone had the awkward thing when you're having sex and your pet looks at you. Uncomfortable, that, isn't it? That's why I fucked my dog from behind. Every time we do that, do you see his little face? That's why you don't get white dog shit anymore. One of the reasons why I do stand-up comedy, apart from crippling mental health issues, is the fact that my mum was a stand-up comedian, and I say it was. My mum's no longer with us. Oh, that was reasonable. Don't worry, I'll get an Edinburgh shout out of it. It's fine. But my mum passed away on a deathbed. My mum asked me to do stand-up at her wake. Tough gig, that one. That was a tricky one. But my mum was a huge Peter Kay fan, so as she went on stage and went, "Who remembers Mum? Asbestos-related cancer? What was that about?" Garlic dead. Yeah, it's a mad thing now. Stand-up comedy, it's a mad thing. You do because it's very strange. You do stand-up comedy once, and you get labelled a stand-up comedian for the rest of your life, which is bizarre. Because the only other things that apply to is if you're a racist, rapist, paedophile, or domestic abuser, which quite a lot of stand-up comedians are. So that works out quite well. But I done my first gig. And I was invited to a party, and you could tell how bad that party was that I'm being invited to it. And my mate introduced me. He was like, "Oh, he's Jack. He's a stand-up comedian." I've done one gig. I'm going to be a stand-up comedian. He didn't introduce me as a chef when I made you breakfast. He didn't introduce me as a mechanic when I fixed your car. And you didn't introduce me as your boyfriend when I sucked your cock. There we go. Before I did this, I was a behaviour manager in a centre for naughty teenagers. Not as sexy as it sounds, mate. Yeah, it's working.
Take that.
I'm not even laughed unless I've got to do it. What that job meant basically is that I got paid terribly to be punched, spat at, and racially abused. And I'm white. I will say this about these new kids: they'll have a go at anyone. They're very accepting. They'll go racism at absolutely anyone. But it was a great job, and I used to chat to the kids again, trying to make a bond, like me and J-Dog here. And what I did, I'm a tattooed person, and one kid was looking at me and he was like, "You got tattoos, sir?" I was like, "I'll have a chat with him." And so like, "Yeah, are you going to get tattoos when you're older?" He was like, "Yeah, I am, sir." I was like, "What are you going to get?" And he's going, "I'm going to get 'I love slags' tattooed across my chest." I was like, "I guess tell your dad about that." He was like, "My dad's got that tattoo." Fantastic. Obviously, it's quite a difficult job working with troubled young people, safeguarding and care aspects. One of the most difficult things I had to deal with was a thing called FGM.
Oh, no.
So people here know what FGM is? Well, I'm going to tell you. FGM is female genital mutilation. I'm getting a socially acceptable joke out of this. Are you ready? Don't worry, I've got a nose ring. I make my own kombucha. This is going to be absolutely fine. FGM, there's a lot of misconception about FGM. People think it's predominantly Muslim practice. That's not true. It's more of a cultural practice that happens in certain sections of North and West Africa. Because I live and work in a very diverse area, it was something I had to do training on. Okay? And it's a barbaric practice that means that women don't enjoy sex. And it's really, really horrible. And because of that, I do training. I do FGM training. It was a whole day of training. And I'd sit there, watch these case studies, these PDFs, go through these huge fact files and stuff, and it would take a whole day to do that, a whole day on FGM training. And because I changed job and changed of policy, I did FGM training 5 times. 5 times I had to do that. And despite the fact that I did it 5 times, I have no idea where the clitoris is whatsoever. We got there! Some of you wish you didn't, but there we go. I'm a single man, that's a shocker, isn't it? My partner of 5 years left me. It's quite a difficult time for me, so I thought I'd go out and express myself sexually, try something new. Dogging, to start with. Lovely to see you again. Would you have that Lego in your car, man? Well, I still had a 6-brick mark on for a week, you nutty buddy. But I don't know if dogging's very difficult to do if you don't have a girlfriend, you can't drive, and you're afraid of the dark. It's just me wanking on my own in a car park, to be honest. But I did go on a date the other day and she was lovely. She was really nice, but she was quite content. She sat me down and went, I want something very serious. So I gave her AIDS and a bonsai tree. I'll tell you what will die first, to be honest. By the look at some of your faces, be on stage telling that actual joke. Listen, see how this one goes. I have a family member who's recently come out as trans. Correct reaction, correct reaction. When someone who looks like they have a men's mental health podcast starts talking about trans people, yeah, but don't worry. Although we live in a much more accepting society, unfortunately, it's still seen as quite a brave thing to do to come out as trans. And I felt very happy and warm, and I felt fantastic that they knew that they could come out to their family, be loved, accepted, and respected for whatever they wanted to be, and that made me really happy and really proud. But my first thought was, I'm glad that Grandad's dead. Because he struggled when they changed GIF to SIF, so... He was a very complicated man, my granddad. I really looked up to him because in our community he volunteered in prisons to teach people how to read and write, and he donated to a lot of disabled charities and stuff. But then as I got older, I realised he was like a racist, homophobic bigot, and that's what do you know him? He'd love this crowd. he'd love you guys. But I remember once we were watching TV and there was a trans person on TV and he went, oh, look at that, that's disgusting, Nate, look at that. Hey, what are you going to do, put some sort of Frankenstein cock on them? And I was like, well, correct use of pronouns, Grandad, but you kind of got right there and there. A roundabout way. But when someone says something and it's wrong, you've got to pull them up on it. You've got to say, that's not acceptable, that's wrong. So I'm like, Grandad, that's wrong. It's Frankenstein's monster. Don't get that joke, you need to read more. What we're doing with sensitive subjects, I recently found out that I'm Jewish. Yeah, fun time to do this gag. I'm Jewish, and I don't know if you know about Jewish heritage, but it goes down the maternal side. And what it was, basically, is my gran was so fucking racist that she couldn't admit that she's Jewish. Okay? Her surname's Ingold, for fuck's sake. She may as well have been called Juju McJew. But it's okay, because she lives in Australia with all the other races, so it's absolutely fine. But my heritage is, I'm not fully Jewish, my heritage is I'm part Jewish, part Scottish. So what that means is, I'm tight with money. Now, that's the second cleverest joke of it. The fact that it went so poorly means I will not do the first. But you guys are in absolutely class. Please keep supporting this nice. If you want to follow me, my name's Jack Wilson. Obviously, don't follow me in real life because I literally said I'm a sex offender.